good. Doing good. Killing it. Killing it in Delirio.
Let's see if you are as strong as you pretend.
I didn't know we killed him. No idea. Well, hello there, guys. Your boy Fluffy Peanuts. Once again, we're coming at you with another Spark build, but this time it's going to be with the Gemling. Okay, so with this build right here, we're going to be doing a massive amount of DPS, dropping comments as well, as you saw in the video. Okay, it is very interesting what the Gemling has to offer. It looks like it's a really lot of utility. You can do whatever with the Gemling now, and those sockets, the ascendancy node for the Gemling is very helpful. I mean, it's useful. It's awesome. It's powerful. It's kind of like the shaman, man, with bonded modifiers. It is so good, so good, so versatile. I think this is probably the most versatile classes that we have right now. So with that being said, let's get right into it. All right, now disclaimer: this build's gonna be expensive, extremely expensive. I took the gear off of my shaman and put it on this one. I had to finesse a little bit, but we got it here. The mobilytics is gonna be down in the description below of this video. Okay, so that way you guys can check it out. All right, for yourself. All right, and we're gonna be doing a lot of builds with this Gemling. All right, this was gonna be my first one, which is the Castle Crit and Comet. Okay, I'm thinking about the next one. It's probably gonna be a grenade one because that one looks pretty fun. And I'm thinking about curse as well. I got a Lich curse, and it is pretty sweet. You do die in that one, but you know it's whatever. This right here, man, it's infinite kill, man. There's no getting around it. It's very rare that you die. If you die, you get one-shotted, or the main problem is that our life here, okay, when you cast, okay, you gotta make sure you be leeching, because we're doing low life. This is a low life build. That's how we're stacking our DPS, and we only have 210 health. So gonna do that. We got a Xerxes Communion, which makes us a low life constant. Okay, basically uses reserves from spirit for health, blah blah blah, kind of like an Infernalist. If you ever played Infernalist, to get energy shield, more energy shield, or spirit or whatever, you can take 25% of your life, right, as in reserve. Okay, this is basically the same concept. It's just that you're using a support gem for it, unique. Okay, which is very expensive. All right, so let's get into this. Let's go ahead and look at our skills here. We are doing cast on critical. We are getting this from our amulet. Okay, we're gonna want a level 20 so we can put 5 sockets in. Make sure it is 5 sockets. I've run into this problem before a couple times, so thank God that they sold. I went to go buy it, slot it in, and it turns around. I spent 450 div on an Ami that only has 4 sockets of a level 20 cast on critical that was sanctified. So the only way to be able to look to see how many sockets that the cast on crit does when you're looking on the market is by doing it online and going to their website and looking up that item. Okay, that's the only way I've seen to where I can be able to tell, because I play on PC, to be able to tell of how many sockets it has, okay, before purchasing it. So, with that being said, we're going to do our traditional comet. All right, level 21. Then we're going to do living bomb as well. I got level 20 in there. You don't need that to get whatever the lowest. If you're running low on mana, if you're having a mana problem, basically all you need to do for this is to go and get one at whenever you can get living bomb. Okay, so the lowest level of living bomb, and just pop it in there. Okay, so basically the only thing we're using living bomb for is for the fire fusion itself, and that's it. Okay, so then we're going to put Zenith 2 in here. Okay, more DPS. Execute, this is where our low life comes into play. Then we're going to use spell Cascade as well. Okay, now let's look at the DPS for this. The Comet right now is going 9.6 million DPS, and our Fire Infused is almost 20 million DPS. So this thing cooks and books. All right, and that is also with just a lightning conflicts. Okay, so like I said, we are killing stuff constantly. All right, then we got our Spark here. We got Rockadios Flow to put negative resist on when we killing something, which is, you don't need this. Put another damage modifier in there if you want, like Diala's Desire if you want. Okay, not a big deal. All right, then we're going to go with the Valenta's Propulsion to give us that more cast speed. Okay, of our, well, the sparks to be moving faster. Zenith 2 for more DPS. Efficiency 2 to cover down our life cost as well, to lower that down some. Okay, well, not life cost, but mana cost a little bit. Technically, it is our life because we are doing Mind Over Matter and Eldritch Battery. So, it is our life. That's why we're going to stack mana. Execute 3, obviously, low life DPS. Archmage, we're going to have this bad boy in here. And this is where that Earthsea Communion come in. Alright, so what this does, support skills reserve a percentage of your maximum life equal to 66% of your spirit reservation. Okay, this is how we get our low life. This is how we stay in a constant low life state. Okay, as you can tell right here, I got a full bar, put that in there, bam, we got that life down there. We got low life, massive DPS difference. Okay, if you, as you can tell, 612,000. All right, is our spark. Put that in there, bam, we get 3.3 million. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna put Vitality 1 in there to get us a 1% maximum life per second support, and an active or regenerating that. Okay, that's going to help us when we cast. Okay, if you could fit a 2 in there, do it. Be a lot better. Then we're going to use Cannibalism as well. Life recover on kill with the support skill is active. This is another good one to get in as well when we're hitting stuff. Okay, so Lightning Mastery. All right, that is it for Archmage. Now, mind you, all of my jewels here are 21. Okay, with 23% quality as well, and we also gain a lot of quality right here on this Gemling as well, part of the ascendancy. Okay, Arctic Armor is a beast. We're doing 13 million DPS with the Arctic Armor. When somebody touches us, farts in our direction, breathes heavy, they're dead. Okay, Zenith 2, Cold Mastery, Elemental Focus, Embitter, Execute 3. For that low life again. Okay, Mana Remnants, very common thing that you're going to want to put in here. Mana Remnants, we got Harmonic Remnants, Remnant Potency 2, Okay, and we put Azurtriad's Augury in here to give us 2 more levels on it. You don't have to do this. Okay, it dropped. I just put it in there. Okay, when I was mapping. All right, Elemental Conflux. This is going to be awesome right here. Okay, we get elements, grant 70% more damage with affected element, which is awesome. This is what we're going to need. Also, a big boost for us as well. We're going to put Cold Mastery, and we're going to put Prolonged Duration as well to keep that conflux going. All right, try to stick on, you know, cold lightning or whatever. I think it gives us 20 seconds. You see it right here, constantly changing the cold conflux. Okay, it changes between all 3 elements. All right, then we're going to do Siphon elements with Harmonic Remnants 2, Fire Mastery, Clarity 2, okay, to help us with that regen. All right, then we're going to do Arc for single target damage. We're going to put Dominion Scraps in it, Pierce 2, Projectile Acceleration 3, Efficiency 2 to lower the cost, and we're also going to put Zena 2 in there to give us some damage. All right, powered by Versicium. This gives us more DPS. Okay, for single target. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to click that. I get 6.8 million DPS. Okay, then when it goes to the the ice conflux, not the ice, but the lightning conflux here, it's going to increase that DPS even farther. It's going to be like 12 million. But this is mainly for your single target DPS because we're running into that problem where we can't cast, and you know our comets cost mana. So what that does, it just drains the crap out of our mana. Mana is our life. All right, that's how we do it. Now you're gonna see in the mobilities, I don't have Arc on there or powered by Vericium on there, which is fine. You still don't have 99% of the time. I don't even use Arc. I don't. Okay, so it's if you want it. Type ordeal. Okay, now as you notice right there, I just powered up Vericium. You just saw that DPS went up to 12 million. So it's up to you. It will automatically sit there and cast, or you can run through the whole entire maps with Arc too and sit there and constantly cast comets all the time. But I don't like that whole single target DPS type ordeal. But yeah, there's that. There's our skills. Now let's look into our equipment here. We're doing the Rune Seeker, right? I just put mana in there, and we got life, not life, but +9 to all spell skills. Obviously, you don't need to go that high. You can do 1. All right, but what this Rune Seeker, why this is so good, especially on a shaman, as well. On top of this, we get 5 sockets, and it triples whatever we put in there. Okay, so you don't have to have this in there. If you're lacking critical damage, put a crit rune in there, or DPS. You want more DPS? Put a DPS rune in there. Besides the, you know, Eldritch Legacy, or yeah, besides the Eldritch Legacy, that's like 300 divine. You can put some more DPS nodes in there if you want, runes I mean, and be all right. But we're mana stacking, so what I do, I put maximum mana in there because we're using Wrath Pit, which we get the mana modifiers on this. Okay, so what it does, every 100 maximum mana, we get 3% increase in critical hit chance and 6% increased damage, and for our life we get 3% critical hit chance as well. An ideal one, we want that. An ideal Wrath Pit, we want that 6% of your maximum life cost every time you cast a spell for non-channeling. Ideally, we don't want that. Okay, on there, we want it with a different modifier, but keep the 3 that are there. Okay, for the 100 to maximum. Okay, but we're gonna move on. We're gonna say here, we're gonna go to our rings. Our rings, well, we only got 1 ring, and we're just copying it, obviously. So we're gonna stack mana, cast speed, regeneration is what I got right here. I just basically want mana and cast speed is all I did right here. All right, for DPS wise, and obviously we got the ring here to copy the same one. Then we're going to move over here to our Ami. Our Ami is where we're getting our level 20 castle and critical to save us some spirit. We're going to have maximum mana with spell skills, and I went with cast speed and spirit. Spirit's going to be important unless you get it on your chest piece. Okay, Now what we're going to do over here is go to our gloves. Our gloves is going to be energy shield. All of our armor is going to be energy shield based, high energy shield based, as much as you get. Okay, because we're converting all, we're using Eldritch Battery, so it converts all our energy shield to our mana. Okay, that's how we're getting a 9,000 mana pool. So what I did in there, what mana, then we went life cost efficiency in here as well, the tech rod. Then you're gonna want to gain the arcane surge. Every time we deal crit, that's gonna give us more DPS, and we're gonna want critical damage on it. But you're definitely gonna want increased effective socket occupants. Okay, just to give us some more deeps. All right, then I went with the mage blood here. The mage blood is an optional thing. A lot of people do headhunters. I mean, I guess you can do a headhunter if you want, but mage blood is what I like. It's better. I don't care for the headhunter. I hate that one modifier where you automatically teleport to enemies, and I hate that. It gets annoying. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna put what I put on mine. You put whatever you want, whatever you like, and put it on there, resistances or whatever. I don't use any resistance on mine at all. My resistances are pretty bad. 13, 16, 21. But it's okay. Okay, I kill things so fast it doesn't matter. So what I did went with rarity, and I went with rarity, crit chance, and I went with cast speed. Okay, then we're gonna go to our boots. Same ordeal. A lot of energy shield, and I went with intelligence on this with movement speed of 35 and rarity. And you're gonna want to socket augments, so 60% increase. Okay. Then we're gonna go up here. A lot of people put Raven Touch in here to anoint something else. You can if you want, but I'm not using any of that. I'm not anointing anything. Really don't need to. Probably fast metabolism, maybe. I have no idea what you want to put in there. Probably another DPS anoint, but we're doing so much of it, it doesn't really matter. So I put all mana in this and rarity. I want a little bit of defense. Okay, now this is my old, and this is one of my gear pieces off of my shaman. Okay, so ignore the can roll soul modifiers on your mercenary here, your Gemling. Okay, the can roll soul modifiers, that right there is basically bottom modifiers. You will see it. It will have like 3% increase in life and 3% increase in mana. Okay, on this one, just get a 3-stack. Don't need to have this socket in there at all. Mid-vids, tending, you don't need it. Okay, but we went with as much energy shield as we can get. All right, so if I took this thing out, I probably would get another 100 on energy shield on this thing. But I took this off my shaman, so we're keeping this. This chest piece ain't cheap, and you want to make sure on your chest piece, number one, a really good one to have on there is increased mana percentage. As you can tell on this one we have 19% increased maximum mana. Okay, definitely gonna want that. So with that being said, we got this chalice here. I mean, that's up to you if you guys want to use this. What it does, it goes beyond the overflow of mana. Okay, when you hit it, okay, when you have runic ward, all right, we have 300 runic ward on our wand, so it's a good one because it won't go past if you don't have runic ward. So when you have runic ward, this overflows. Okay, so it gives us, essentially, it doesn't stop. When it gets full, it just keeps going, right? That's how it's supposed to work. So I barely even have to click this thing, man. All right, then we're gonna go with our rite of passage golden charm. I went with the stag. The stag, what it does for us, it gives us 30% to all on is this, 30% increase skill speed, 15% increase movement speed, and gain 20% of damage as extra lightning damage. You don't need to get whatever you want. Okay, an ox might work or whatever. It's up to you. Okay, this is just a personal choice. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and go to our passive skills here. Our passive skills for the Gemling. Let's start off with this ascendancy. This is the Gemling. It just, oh my god, you can do anything with it, really. So what we're doing right here, we're going to take gem studded, okay, with red, hits against you have no critical damage bonus. Okay, blue skills have 30% less cost. Green skills have 40% less movement speed penalty from using skills while moving. Okay, this is very important. This right here will save your booty cheeks so quick, bro. So quick. Okay, big defense right here, which I just noticed that. Looks like we got all blue skills, which we're gonna need to add a couple skills in here. Okay, just saying. We're gonna need to add a couple skills in here. Skills costs have a 30% less cost, which is nice. But we're gonna go with that. Then we're gonna go with advanced thermatology. This right here gives us gem quality grants socket skills an additional effect. What that does, if you look at arc here, I'm gonna hit alt on my computer to see what basically what you're looking at right here, where it says additional effects from quality. Okay, this right here. When you're looking at it, the dark blue is what the skill would normally have. The light blue is what this ascendancy node adds to it. Okay, so for the arc, projectiles deal 4% more damage with hits for each remaining chain. We'll go up here to mana remnants. Like, click on mana remnants. Buff grants 52% increased mana regenerated rate. Awesome. Then we go to Arctic Armor. What does Arctic Armor do? Buff grants 29% increased armor per stage. Nice. Archmage. Non-channeling spells gain 1% of damage as extra lightning damage for each maximum mana you have. Non-channeling spells cost additional 2.9% of your maximum mana. So we're even getting more DPS from this. Okay. Spark. Okay, fires 5 projectiles. Insane. So, with that being said, we also got these little nodes right here. Gems, skill gem quality gives us 2% quality of all skills. Same with this one as well. It gives us 2% to all skills. And this right here, we're going to take neurologically implants, and we're going to put it for intelligent skills. Basically gives us +2 levels. Okay, this right here, love it. Love it. You can do anything, really. Very versatile. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to try to grab as much jewel sockets as we can and go intelligence as well. Now, jewel sockets, what we're going to want, we're going to want a couple of these that have 2 different kinds of stats on it. Okay, so for this one right here, all right, what we want the effectiveness to give us more effect, right, on our boost that percentages up for our jewels. So this one, I want 3% mana and critical hit chance. Always make sure you have critical hit chance because we're trying to get close to 100 as we can. Because naturally, the base for this character, the critical hit's pretty low. All right, it's not like a blood mage where it's pretty decently high, right? You get a base of 15, you can scale it pretty easier. But all the other characters you can't. So you gotta invest a lot into it, or just do pinpoint critical of your support skill. So basically, there's gonna be 4 main things. I will say 5. Your 3 main things you're going to want, okay, is critical hit chance, critical damage, and mana. Mana on kill, okay? Then your 4th thing you're going to want is effects of sockets, and the 5th thing you want is going to be damage modifier. So you want at least 2 or 3 jewels with critical hit chance for spells, and mana, okay? Or with spell damage if you can get it. And then the rest of them, you all want critical hit chance and critical damage. With spell damage, all right? You don't need too many of them. We're going to take crit nodes right here. We got against that darkness time loss diamond. Okay, this right here is going to be 12%. It's going to give us 12 per notable of spirit, and it's going to increase our intelligence by 3. So basically these two medium-sized nodes right here, we're going to get 24 spirit off of that alone, with its 6% increase intelligence. And then what we're going to do over here, this is the big thing. I labeled every single skill that you're going to need to snag out of this cluster. Okay, so what we're using right here is a time loss sapphire with a lot of notables on this. This is why we grabbed so many of them. And we're going to have extra large radius. All right, critical spell damage, critical hit chance, critical damage, and 1% to increase the maximum mana. This is how I'm getting majority of my DPS, is mainly from my jewels and this thing. Okay, but if you don't have this yet, okay, then just put your spirit from nothing diamond. Is that what this is? Right, yeah. Time lock, no, against the darkness diamond up here, so you get more spirit until you get this jewel. This jewel is gonna be awesome. You're gonna thank me later. All right, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit the from nothing diamond, and we're gonna have a passive radius for conduit, which is this skill right here. Then that's how we're going to grab all these big medium-sized nodes right here, and that's how we're going to get 12. Okay, there's going to be 12 of these nodes, and we're going to get some 12 times whatever the percentages is off of your time loss jewel here. I'm not going to go into a list of what you need. Okay, and that's all linked in the gem section on the build guide on Mobilytics. Okay. Then we're going to go over here. We're going to hit Mind Over Matter, all right, which is changes all of our damage to mana. Well, we're going to take mana. Mana is going to be our main damage instead of life. Then we're going to life taken, so it's going to be our health. Mana is going to be our health. Then Eldritch Boundary over here is what another one, big one that you want to grab at least as well, which transfers all energy shield to mana. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to grab Arcane Intensity and Raw Mana. Okay, this will help our mana cost. And this right here is another big one, a 3% increased spell damage for 100 maximum mana. Then we're going to go over here and grab this other big node, which is also going to contribute to our low life cost. This Pain Atonement. Okay, 30% more critical damage bonus when on low life, which we're always on low life. Alright. Then what I got in here, I also got a Voice of Sapphire with a +2 on it. I actually got this from a drop from Delirium. I was grinding it for 2 days. If you've been watching my live streams, you guys know it was painful. Okay, so with that being said, and we're going to allocate Zara Skiff on an amulet to give us some more sockets here. Okay. Alright, with that being said, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this. You can catch me on my live streams if you got any questions about this, okay, about this build, or any of my builds that I have on Mobilytics. We got quite a few. Alright, as you can tell, right here is our Gemling. This is my Mobilytics. We got a lot of them. Make sure you keep an eye on the numbers. Here is 0.5. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 builds so far during this season. Okay, and we all got build. I got build guides for it, and a leveling guide for some of these. And when you click on them, you got the build video right there for the YouTube. Okay, this is pretty much the same stuff that I have. I just took this stuff off and put it on my other. I had to do a couple things to finesse with it, and it was good to go. All right. Oh, you guys didn't even see that right here. Yeah, right here's our Mobilytics. Right here's my Mobilytics and everything. Right here's our Gemling. Okay, this will be linked in the description and bottom of the description of this video, and I'll make sure I will link to YouTube when I upload this as well. All right. So with that being said, guys, make sure you guys read all the descriptions. Okay, of this stuff. For some reason, this doesn't communicate on what I actually have on mine. Okay, so you make sure you read the rat pit down here. I'll read it all out for you. Okay, so that way you know exactly what to grab. So with that being said, guys, I'll catch you all later. Alright? Catch you all later. Make sure you hit that sub button, that bell icon, and that way you get notified every time I go live and I'll post a new video. You'll find this video in the actual video section of my YouTube channel that's dedicated for PoE 2. Okay? It's going to be a playlist. PoE 2 builds. With that being said, guys, I'll catch you all later. Till next time. Hashtag Peanut Game, baby, all day, every day. Doses.